The research centre responds to some special needs of crime in London, the fact that London's a global city. So we're going to be focusing very much on the sorts of problems that cities like London face, and particularly with the changing face of crime in the 21st century. Over the last 15 to 20 years, we've seen terrific changes in the way crime has been committed, the sorts of crimes committed, and the way we have to respond to that. So we're going to be looking at the kinds of practices that police carry out. It's all in the name of evidence-based practice. It's part of that trend to make sure that what we're doing in any kind of field, but in policing in this case, is based on good evidence, good research to get the very best results, and that we can check whether those outcomes are actually having an effect.
What are the implications, talking of the effect it may have for Londoners when this centre opens next year? Well,
hopefully we'll be leading towards an even safer city. Now, London is a very safe city worldwide, and we know actually that crime has gone down generally worldwide in the last 20 years. We want to contribute to that. We want to help police work smarter on smaller budgets and, you know, to make London an even safer place for the residents and for the many, many tourists that come here.
Talking of which, why is it significant to have a centre like this here in the capital?
Well, it's very significant. Policing is an issue all over the UK and all over the world, of course, but there are special issues for London. Just the sheer size of London is one aspect. The move of population through London, the kinds of activities that are here. We know, for example, things like the Olympics and other sorts of things bring on special pressures. And we know also that there are special targets of global cities like London. The 7/7 attacks, for example, specifically focused here.
How about some of the more controversial forms of policing? I'm thinking stop and search. How will the research done at this institute go towards dealing with some of those kind of tricky, controversial topics?
Well, again, it's a matter of gaining evidence and seeing what happens. So for too long in policing, we've relied on 20 years of experience, what we've always done. What seems like a good idea. What we're going to present to the police is evidence on what happens. And part of this is also going to be really utilising and seeing the impacts of new technology. So in the case of stop and search, we'd like to investigate, for example, the real effects of body cameras. How do they relate to the relationship between police and their citizens? But to understand that, not just to get hearsay, not to get what people think, but to really look at the evidence and see what happens.